Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Rukaida Jusidik from Bais 2C. So, my topic is all about the interpretation and utilization. So, first is in the interpretation. So, in interpretation, there are four on how to interpret the assessment. So, the first in interpretation is consistency in interpretation. Ensure assessors share a common understanding of descriptors and criteria. Ibig sabihin nito, during the developing of performance task, the assessor should share a common understanding the task of each member. Dapat alam niya kung ano yung role at criteria dun sa task that is being distributed. Next is training and calibration. Provide training to familiarize assessors with the rubric and conduct calibration exercises for alignment. Ang ibig sabihin nito is magbigay ng mga activity sample upang maging familiarize sa mga assessor. So, ang halimbawa nito is bumigay ng activity ang isang teacher so para maging familiarize ang mga estudyante kung ano ang kanilang dapat gawin or kung ano yung mga steps sa paggawa ng activities, magbigay ang isang teacher ng sample para mapamiliarize ng mga estudyante and i-explain din ng maayos ng teacher kung ano ang mga steps to have the student a guide or para ma-familiarize din nila kung anong dapat nilang gawin. The third is clarification of descriptors. Define descriptors clearly to avoid ambiguity. Just like what I've said a while ago, kapag nagbigay ang teacher ng isang activity is kailangan i-explain ng maayos ng teacher sa mga estudyante kung ano ang mga steps or method ng activity at kung ano ang nilalaman ng isang activity para maiwasan ang hindi maintindihan o malabo ang pagkakaintindi ng mga estudyante. The last in interpretation in assessment is feedback mechanism. Establish a feedback loop for assessors to seek clarification on the rubrics. This means establishing a feedback mechanism for assessors to seek clarification on the rubrics involves creating a structured process where assessor is pwede magtanong o humingi ng guide regarding sa rubrics, criteria, and expectation. So, by implementing feedback mechanisms, assessor can feel empowered to seek clarification when needed, leading to a better understanding and application of the rubrics criteria. This ultimately enhances the assessment process and ensures fairness and accuracy in evaluation. Let's proceed in my next topic, which is utilization. So, in utilization, there are 8 on how to utilize an assessment. So the first is guide for assessment. The rubric serves a structure guide outlining ng mga criteria and expectations sa mga assessment tasks. So, nagpo-provide din ng clear framework sa pag-evaluate ng mga performance ng mga estudyante. Ang next naman is feedback tools. Assessor can use the rubric to provide specific and constructive feedback to learners, highlighting strengths or areas for improving based on criteria outlined in the rubric. Ang number 3 naman is learning resources. So, in utilization, the rubric can be integrated into learning materials, providing learner with a clear understanding of what is expected of them and guiding their effort to meet those expectations. So, sa number 4 naman is professional development. So, sa mga assessors naman is pwede nilang gamitin ang mga rubrics as a tool for professional development, refining their assessment practices, and enhancing their understanding of the skills and competencies being evaluated. Ang number 5 naman is communication. So, in utilization, the rubric facilitates communication between assessors and learners by providing a common language for discussing performance and progress. So, ang number 6 naman is accountability. So, the rubric establishes clear standards for assessment. So, kinakailangan sa mga teacher na maging fair sa mga assessor o sa mga students at hindi pa bago-bago or pare-pareho lang dapat sila. And align din sa mga learning objectives ng mga assessors. So in number 7, which is adaptability, the rubric can be adapted to different contexts and assessment tasks, allowing for flexibility and evaluating diverse skills and competencies. The last is reflection tool. Learning can use the rubric as a tool for self-reflection, comparing their own performance against the criteria outlined in the rubric and identifying areas for growth and development. So, by using those 8 elements ng utilization is nagiging effective sa mga assessment practices ng mga students and na-enhance ang mga learning outcomes and also nagpo-promote ng mga continuous improvement for both assessors and learners. So, that's on my topic. I hope you learn a lot in my discussion. So, shukran.